This conference will now be recorded.
Well, welcome to everyone that is viewing us today or maybe later with the recording. Today is actually a very exciting day for me and a very unique day for me because I get to turn the tables on JoAnn Forrester. She's usually interviewing me or me helping her interview somebody else. But today I get to interview her. But before we even get started, let me just mention we're going to be going over a lot of information and all the links, all the descriptions, everything you need, we're going to put in the description to the video on YouTube. So don't feel like you have to go back and forth or take notes or try to do screenshots of anything. Everything that we're going to discuss and everything that you will need and all the links to everything will be in the, again, description to the video on YouTube. Um, so first of all, I'd like to start by introducing my guest for today, JoAnn Forrester. First, we affectionately refer to her as the Empress of Biz, and that has her own story that maybe some other day we'll cover in a separate video. But for now, let me just say she's the Empress of Biz. She's the president of Celebrate and Share. She's also owner of Listen, Learn, and Prosper, and perhaps most importantly for today, a big women's advocate. Um, so that's what I want to talk about today. I know you're the president of the Pennsylvania Women's Hall of Achievement. So could you tell me a little bit about the organization, its mission, its charter? What is it that you do at the Pennsylvania Women's Hall of Achievement?
Well, thank you, Sal, and thank you for this opportunity. The Pennsylvania Women's Hall of Achievement came out of my desire and several other friends, including Barney DiCarlo, to highlight women's history, to preserve it, all the things that they have accomplished and done and are not taught in schools. So that when you look back at history, it's mostly about wars and how men won wars, but it's not about how women contributed to the foundation of this country and to the world. So our mission is to educate, preserve the history, to motivate and inspire women and young men today to be proud of their history and to know where they came from and to help them make decisions about how they are going to make history.
Excellent. And let me ask you if that resonates with somebody that is listening to right now that is not already a member of the Pennsylvania Women's Hall of Achievement. How can they become a member?
Well, they can, first of all, they can support our Facebook page, the Pennsylvania Women's Hall of Achievement. And I know you'll be listing that. So I need fan likes. And at least 5 times a week, I post some kind of information about an event, usually around Pennsylvania, of what women have accomplished or and men have helped them accomplish. So please become a fan. Also, you can email us, and we will make sure that you are on our list because we do a number of events throughout the year, even in spite of COVID. In fact, it's been a challenge to us because, well, Sal knows I am not technically oriented, but I've had to become myself and my board, and we have, thank God, a person that's much more technically oriented on our board. So please like us on our page. Send me an email. I will make sure that you are on our page, and please go to the fan page on Facebook because there's always something there. And our website, we have a website which is up there. It is in development. We hope to make that a major resource for people. In fact, we just got a very nice grant to do that.
Excellent. Now, let me ask you this. Speaking about upcoming events and activities, I happen to have my cheat sheet, so I know you have one coming up.
Yes, we do.
But could you please talk a little bit about the event or the activity that you have coming up and give all the viewers and the listeners kind of a heads up on that?
Right. Thank you for asking. On March 25th, which is upcoming Thursday, we have a free virtual event as we celebrate Women's History Month and our right to vote. So this is a panel discussion on the impact of the 19th Amendment, which was passed 101 years ago in 1920. We have as moderator Marita Bryant, who is president of the Greater Pittsburgh Business and Professional Women. We have an interesting panel. We have Selena Schmidt, who is the executive director of Coro for Civic Leadership. They are a very interesting group because they work to groom young men and women to participate in our city. And there's about 7 sites throughout the United States that have this organization. We have Diane Powell, who is national co-chair and Pittsburgh director of the Black Women for Positive Change. And we have a student, a young woman, Anaya Dixon, who goes to Taylor Allardyce High School and is a member of the Girl Gov of Women and Girls Foundation. So we have a wide range of ages, and we're taking a look at their perspective on what it means to vote. What did it do? And unfortunately, you know, the voting, which we've all worked for so hard, is now under somewhat of an attack. So we'll be talking about that. We will be briefly honoring the League of Women Voters, who are 101 years old. And we will be introducing the 21-22 Women's Voices Hear Them Speak calendar, which is an 18-month calendar that highlights women present and past who have made or are making a tremendous difference in our state, our region, and our city.
Fantastic. Well, it sounds like you have quite a group of leaders there. And I just want to emphasize the event is virtual. So if you're listening to this or if you're watching this, you can participate. You don't have to be anywhere geographically, just have access to a computer. The event is free. So you can't beat that price. And then the only thing that I want to emphasize is that although it is free and it is virtual, it's certainly appreciated if you can sign up so that they can plan accordingly and know who's going to be joining them. And again, all the information, all the links for you to sign up will be in the description of the videos. So thank you very much for putting that together for everyone. Again, it's going to be March 25th. At 7 p.m. And just to clarify, that 7 p.m. is U.S. Eastern Time, correct?
Right. And we are having Jessica Lee, the jazz musician who you know and I know you appreciate. She'll be singing a couple of her songs. And they come from Maxine Sullivan, who's going to be featured in the calendar, who is a great a past jazz great and one of the early women to be established in the big band jazz Hall of Fame. So it's going to be a fun hour. Join us.
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure you log in a couple minutes early so you don't miss absolutely anything. And in case, like we know, there's some technical hiccups there. Hopefully nothing too terrible. Let me ask you a little bit about the calendar, because I know it's 18 months, and you just mentioned one woman that's kind of highlighted there. I know you're doing one per month for 18 months. Could you just mention one or two more just to give people a flavor of what they will see in the calendar?
Well, I mentioned Maxine Sullivan, and actually Jessica Lee is also going to be featured in the calendar. We also have Doris Carson Williams, who is president and CEO of the African American Chamber of Commerce here in Western PA. And she was recently appointed chair of the Federal Reserve Bank. Now we have women such as a woman called Fannie Sellens, who I found out in 1919, she was a labor organizer and had caused quite a stir. And she was murdered. She was murdered because of her union activities and trying to protect a union worker who was being beaten. She was shot 4 times and bludgeoned. It was a horrible death. But her courage opened up the union movement for mine workers. So we're featuring her. We also have Dorothy Height, who was a civil rights activist focusing on the issues of African American women, on the issues of unemployment, literacy, and voter awareness. And one of my favorites, because I just found this out, we had 4 women Olympic swimmers who competed in 1928, 1932, and 1936, who brought home medals from Pittsburgh. They were, and most people have forgotten them. And can you imagine? And that was in the time when Nazi Germany was on the rise. What it was like for them to go over and compete in the 30s. So we have those mentioned. So we try to look at what's happening currently and what women have accomplished in the past, so that people remember them and give inspiration and motivation, like, hey, if they did it, we know you can do it today.
Fantastic. And maybe just so everyone's aware, because I believe that the calendar is something that you're working on as we speak. Do you have there you go. Do you have a target for when people can go in and buy it and when it will be available?
Yes, my target is, we've been working on it. We are talking to the printer. We'll be looking by mid-May, because it's an 18-month calendar, mid-May that it will be printed. So it's like an academic calendar. You get 18 months, and we're looking at mid-May. We're already taking orders, and you can go on Eventbrite and order, or those orders will also be on our website, which I know you have listed. So we've already had at least 50 earlier orders, and we sell out fast. So I'm trying to get the orders in, because the more I get, the cheaper the price is. I found out what it's like to publish a calendar.
Yep. Like a lot of things in business and manufacturing, it's a numbers game, and the higher the volume you can get, the lower the price and the lower the cost. Okay, excellent. Well, I would encourage everyone that's listening to, just like JoAnn said, and it really helps her. Please go in and pre-order, same thing, so that she can see what kind of volume and what kind of demand they're going to be getting, and hopefully get you the lowest price possible. And again, you'll be getting it middle of May, so you can't beat that. JoAnn, before we close this out, anything else you want to mention to anybody that's hearing or listening?
I'd like to mention that history isn't boring. It's based on what our parents and grandparents and great-grandparents did and what they overcame. Sal, your family has a history of overcoming great struggle, and so when you look at what your ancestors did, it's not so frightening today, and that's what keeps my spirit up, knowing that so many women and men have gone through so much, and it's something to inspire and motivate people. So enjoy it, learn about it. It's not boring, folks, and learn about it from us.
There you go. Perfectly said. Thank you very much. And I'm not going to ask you for your contact information, because, again, if somebody is maybe listening in the car or something, if you need it, we'll put it in the description to the video here on YouTube. But I just wanted to say, before we close out, thank you very much for everything you do in all respects. I know you do a lot of coaching and counseling for business, for women, for everybody in general. You do really nice activities like this. You're a little tornado of activity, and you're certainly not slowing down. I know you got your hands in a bunch of different pots. So thank you for all that. Please watch some of our other videos. And again, please register for this activity. Please buy the calendar, and thank you all for listening. And then take care, and best of luck with everything.
Thank you, Sal.